Hey guys, so it is the 16th of January and it has been exactly 50 days since my finger amputation. So during these past 50 days, I have gotten a lot of questions about my finger. So I figured that I would address some of them here to the best of my ability. So one of the first ones that I get a lot is how have I adjusted? So I would say that I adjusted pretty well. I don't typically notice that I'm missing a finger for the most part during the day, unless I see my scar or I try to do something like writing with a pencil or typing. So it's really not been too bad. So if you're thinking about getting this done, I would recommend it. Of course, I'd rather have all 5 of my fingers if I could, and I'm sure everybody else would feel that way as well, but it really is a lot easier to adjust to using your hand after the amputation than I expected it to be. So I thought I would demonstrate my writing skills and then how I type with only 4 fingers on my right hand. Okay, so I'm going to try to demonstrate typing to the best of my ability. So typically, right here is the J key. That is where your index finger would go. However, I don't have the index finger anymore. So instead of just leaving that one empty, I adjust everything over 1. So at the very beginning of when you sit down to type, your brain takes a minute or 2 to readjust. At least mine does, because I'm not used to having the fingers slid over, because I have been typing since I was in kindergarten. So it's been a good 15, 16 years that, I have been used to typing a certain way. And now, you just really have to kind of retrain your brain to not rely on that finger because it's not there and it can't help me anymore. So, hello, my name is Jessica Dillon. And you guys can't see it, but I did that without looking at the keys. So not always is it easy to type. Sometimes I'll start out and say today is the, 16th of January. It is out. See, there we go. When I go to hit the backspace, I end up hitting the just random keys. So there we go again. So sometimes it is just difficult because I'm not used to just the readjustment of my hands, but it's not terrible. And once I sit down and start typing, my brain gets used to it. And after I've written a whole paper, I kind of don't notice the difference. So that was my typing, and the next thing I want to show you is writing. So I'll show you 3 different ways. So the first way is without any grippies, I'd call them. Traditionally, when you think of grips, think of these. But my therapy office has given me, it's basically just foam. They made it themselves. But so this is the smaller one that I kind of practice with. This is the really big one, which helps if I'm signing like a check or something like that. And then of course you just have, a regular pencil without any grips. So I'll show you how my handwriting is with each of these. So for holding the pencil, it's kind of hard because I kind of want to put it in this little grip right there. But it's kind of painful also. So finding a way to grip has been a little difficult. So I'll just write. See, and so when I do that, it starts to kind of roll out of my hand because I don't have very good grip. So I just don't feel like I have a steady hand. I feel like the pencil could fall out at any moment. My hand feels really weak. So next I'll show you with this grip. So there's the first one that I did with no grip. So I'll move down here. And this one is the smaller of the 2 grips, and the texture is easier to hold, and it's easier to hold bigger objects than it is to try to hold small ones. So it's pretty much the same. My handwriting's never been great, but I feel steadier with this one. And here is the biggest one, and I love this one because it's the easiest to grip and it helps me with important papers. So and essentially with that, I feel like I'm writing the way that I did before my surgery. Another frequently asked question is, does it hurt? I would say most of the time no. Today it feels pretty painful because I just got done with a full day of work, and I work at Chick-fil-A for those of you that don't know. And I carry out a lot of trays to customers, and the food can get really heavy on those trays. So today I was really using my hand a lot, and right now it's just really sore. So I would say painful, no. Sore, yes. Sometimes I do feel sharp pains, and I don't know if those are just phantom pains or, you know, maybe I would have felt those anyway before I had surgery. So it's not really painful. Sometimes there's a little pain, discomfort, but overall I would say no, that it's not painful. And then a lot of people want to know if I have any control over what's left, and I do. I can actually kind of wiggle the tendons or muscles that are still in there. A lot of people think it's gross, a lot of people think it's cool. So I can show you guys. If you get grossed out, you can skip it. I don't really think it's that gross, it's just kind of weird. But I'll show you the movement that I have with the leftover muscles and tendons that are there. Okay, so here's a close-up of my hand. So I'm just gonna show you. So right below where the scar is, I can move those muscles still if I just really focus. That is kind of painful. When I do this, there is a bit of a pain. The more that I do it, the less it hurts once I get used to kind of moving those muscles again. But yeah, that's pretty much the only movement that I have of what's left of where my finger was. So I hope you guys enjoyed getting to know a little bit more about my hand. And if you guys have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask. I would love to answer. So just let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.